The Retirement Halftime Show. Maintain your lead in retirement.
You're watching the Retirement Halftime Show. I am your host, Alexander Joyce, and of course with me, Alex Clark. And Alex, you know, we always like to take questions from our listeners, okay, from our viewers, from our audience. You know, we get a lot of questions, and we of course can't answer them all over time. Of course, we can hopefully get to some of them, but we like to take the most relevant ones and the ones we feel are important to the masses, right? Not that all aren't important, but there's some that are significant. Okay, because we've been doing this for a long time, and some of these topics are top of mind to a lot of retirees or pre-retirees. So let's go ahead and kick off our first question. What do we have?
We've got Nancy from Avon, and she would like to know, is converting my traditional IRA to a Roth IRA a good idea?
Okay, so Nancy, right?
Yeah,
Nancy wants to know. Nancy, you want to know if converting your traditional IRA over to a Roth IRA a good idea. So here's the best way I can handle this, right? First and foremost, I think the question is phenomenal. And I want you to know that dealing with a full service firm is what you should do. Okay, what that means, and I've always said this and I'll repeat it, it's worth repeating. Most individuals approaching retirement or in retirement have yet to sit down with a planner. Okay, so you're taking the first leap of faith, asking a question, all right? So the second thing is most individuals that are retired have no plan in retirement. They retire, they have a bunch of money, and they plan to live off of that money, but they have no direction or no plan, no distribution plan in which to do so. In your case, just like many, most of your assets, because you're asking the question, are qualified, which means, as you know, all or most of your assets are pre-tax. Now, even those that have a retirement plan, and I'm sure you will at some point, have no tax plan. Okay, and even those that have a tax plan have no estate plan, which is a separate conversation that we may get to. But the fact is, we can probably agree, or the majority of us, my opinion is that taxes over time or in our lifetime could go up. The need for additional income in your life could reduce. Okay. Now, having said that, we're struggling. Most of us in life will struggle with something called required minimum distribution, which means over time, we've got to take more money out of our qualified money, pay taxes on it anyhow. Generally, a couple of years after retirement, one's tax bracket tends to go down, which could allow an opportunity for what's called Roth conversion. In your case, that's what we're talking about, converting qualified money into tax-free money, right? Paying the taxes now, hitting the top of the tax bracket, converting, and having a non-taxable event on a portion of your assets later. Could be a good idea, but I think that the first step is sitting down with us. The first step is getting our CPA and our tax experts involved to see if it's a good fit for you. Not a recommendation, of course, without knowing your entire situation. I'd say that to anybody because that's the first step. But I appreciate your question. I hope I answered it the best of my ability in its current state. Alex?
Next, we've got Patty from Indianapolis, and she's curious, what else should I do to save for retirement besides a 401k?
Besides a 401k.
Yeah.
Patty, first and foremost, one of the things I hope you're doing currently is maxing out your 401k. Okay, we always want to look at better and alternative savings vehicles, and we do know inside of a 401k, a lot of times you're limited in terms of the funds that you could choose from. So I think that's one of the places we like to start is look at your overall allocation, have a better understanding of what your risk tolerance is, what your goals are, see what other opportunities within the employer plan are available. And then if we're maxing out that and we are looking at other self-directed IRA vehicles or Roth IRA vehicles, we want to make sure we have a better understanding, like I said, about your risk tolerance and how to better diversify and to understand the direction we're going. We want to know your age. Okay, that's one thing you didn't give us. So that makes, in terms of a planning perspective, that gives us a better idea of the approach that we need to take to reach your long-term goals. Okay. Like I said, Patty, I thank you for your questions. That's a great one. Alternative ways to save outside of a 401k. I hope that we answered your question. Keep the questions coming. We love questions. We love doing a Q&A session within our show. Listen, the best is yet to come. If you have any questions about your retirement, you have questions about strategies or diversification or tax planning, as we just mentioned, keep them coming, okay? Don't hesitate to give us a call. Stay tuned, more show to come.
The Retirement Halftime Show. Maintain your lead in retirement.
I'm Alexander Joyce, President and CEO of ReJoyce Financial. If you're in retirement or near retirement, with all life's changes, it never hurts to get a second opinion. Managing expectations is the foundation of a prosperous relationship. Our goal is simple. We want to get to know you. So pick up the phone and make an appointment for a complimentary visit. There is no cost, no obligation. We simply want to get to know you and see if we can add value to your life in retirement. We can discuss topics like income planning, sequence of return risk, taxes, and estate planning, Social Security maximization, and much more. Let us help you develop strategies that can develop a successful retirement. If you want to know more about successful retirement strategies, then call now, schedule a visit, and let us help you rejoice in your retirement.